Good afternoon, folks. This is your girl Tricia S with the Color of Love show, and I got with me today the multi-talented Vigilante. And I happened to come across a post that you put up. And in that post, you said new music was coming, but the song itself, it inspired me so. And then I liked that you had like that live feel with the horn playing in it, and it was something that was done by with Tree TV. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's the verse I did for We Love to See It. Yeah, that's something.
It's called what was that again? I'm sorry.
It's called We Love to See It.
We love to see it. So give me a little information on that. What is the content about? I mean, I've heard it, but yeah, just tell my listeners what is that about? Because it's a great track. And the words, I love the lyrical content.
Well, thank you. That track to me was a little bittersweet just because it was for a contest and I ended up not winning the contest. So what happened was I'm a fan of an artist named Trans Lee, and I've been listening to him for about 6-7 years now. He's an artist that signed to Grand Hustle, and I was listening to him before he got signed and still listening to him during being signed, and I had the opportunity to do a song with him. I submitted that verse, and that's what that video was for. And I did a phenomenal job, and all of my fans loved that verse, and I feel it was so powerful, and
right.
I had new music coming out, so I figured right now would be the perfect time for me to post all of the music that I put, well, not all, but a lot of the music that I put out before, just to get the people back warmed up. And in particular, when I posted that track, it just got so much traction, and people were like, "Oh my God, I had no idea that you knew how to do this. Like that's amazing." So I'm just happy that the people get a taste of what's to come with the new single that's about to come out next month.
Oh, next month, yay! So you gonna come back and give us some of that music, Vigilante?
Yeah, that was the whole point of me even putting that little snippet out right there, was to let them know that I have new stuff coming.
Yeah, because I love that. So this isn't actually something that's even like out as a single. It's just something you wrote for this particular contest.
Right, and in a way, I guess it can be used as a single because the full verse is on my YouTube channel. So
okay.
People can go and freely check it out when whenever they want to. But the actual single that's going to be on every radio station, every music video platform, every song streaming platform, pretty much trending worldwide for the rest of the year. It's called Fly Away, featuring Dondria.
Oh, and I was gonna ask you about her. I'm familiar with Dondria. So how did that come about? You working with Dondria?
Well, the song that we chose to do was a song that I created back when I was in college, when I was 19 years old. I'm 26 now.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I've been sitting on this song for many, many years. And when I felt that it was time for me to get back to the music. None of us knew how long the quarantine was going to last. So when I was heavier on the acting side and the modeling side, the brand partnership side, and the Forex side, I was neglecting my music. But I felt that it just wasn't time yet. I'll wait for the perfect opportunity for me to showcase what it is that I got going on.
Exactly.
I don't want to compete with people on the level that they're on. And when I saw this opening, I just felt really compelled in my heart to reach out to Dondria, and I did. And her team reached back to me, and we went over 3 tracks.
Oh, wow.
If You Loved Me, we went over Stalking Me, and we went over Fly Away. And all 3 tracks were set to go number 1, but it was in particular that she wanted to do Fly Away, and so that's the one that stuck.
Oh, wow. Well, congratulations on that. So,
Thank you.
Did I ask you about the release date on that, or has it been released?
Well, it's going to be next month. We actually have a photo shoot tomorrow for the cover. Then we go in and do the official studio session in a few days after that. Then after that, we do the music video, and then we do our first interview together, and then we do an interview on Instagram Live, and then the song officially, and we officially start touring the song once it hits the radio.
Oh, wow. You'll be touring. Congratulations on that. Because like you said, with COVID-19 and all of that, everything has been shut down. But thankfully, things are opening back up and things are well, I won't say everything go back to normal, but it's going back to a time where we can actually get out, do what we need to do, because the entertainment industry, the music industry, it was hurt so bad because you artists, you make your money with merchandise and touring and doing live performances. So yeah, I'm excited for you, Vigilante.
Thank you. Yeah, I had the same conversation with Bow Wow after me and him did our Instagram live. He offered me the opportunity to do a song with him, and I was just like, with COVID going on right now, this is like probably the worst time in the world for me and you to do a collaboration. I would love to do one with you after COVID dies down some more, but for right now, we could probably do some acting stuff or some merchandise stuff, something else. So he was very dead set on just doing the song, so I just had to let him know, like, yeah, I passed for now, but we'll definitely come back to the table on it.
Oh, wow. Well, look at you, Vigilante. I feel like, I suspect, I'm going to say, that I'm talking to a veteran in the game. First of all, you working with Dondria, and then you mentioned Bow Wow. Who is Vigilante? Give me a little bit about your background, because you mentioned modeling and acting. So give me a little background on that. You seem to be like a Renaissance man.
Yeah, I've definitely been called that before. I guess when I started off doing music, I didn't really know the full extent to every avenue that I could use to create revenue, and I didn't really know, like, content creator wasn't a thing back then.
Right. I get that. That's what I do. I'm a content creator. Content.
Right. Content creator, yeah. And then what I did is I put content creator and I put it on steroids, and then that would be pretty much what Vigilante is. I'm a content creator on steroids.
Oh, I like that. That's pretty clever, because I noticed when I was looking at your Instagram that you're like all over the place doing interviews and all of that. So this is the reason for that. Putting up content about what's to come and all of that.
Right. Everybody has a different fan base. So
right.
I look at it like this. I've done over 250 radio interviews. So if I had an Instagram page that has 0 followers and I did 250 interviews, I could at least assure that I would have 250 organic followers after the tour was over. And if people have more than 2 or 3 personalities on it, then that means that number would double from 250 to 500 and from 500 to 750 automatically, just based off of that.
Wow, you know what, Vigilante, you're my spirit animal. Because you sound like me as far as the radio station. Because with us, I'm not going to get too deep into it because it's about you and not Hit USA Radio. You feel me? But, and as far as marketing and content, we have collaborations, if you will, with like different, like a record label in that's not in the country. We got something coming up with one of the DJs of the core DJs. He has his own show, so that's going to be on our platform. And with us doing all of these collaborations, kind of like what you're doing as far as doing interviews, we get a lot of people from those different platforms. They become our marketers. They're sharing our stuff. They're talking about our stuff on our pages. So yeah, you're kind of doing something. You're doing something like that for yourself as an artist. So as an independent artist, Vigilante, it seems like you have it down as far as the content. So what advice would you give like a new kid on the block, if you will, like an independent artist that's about to hit the ground running? What would you say is the most important thing that they need to concentrate on or focus on when they first start?
The most important thing really is the desire. When you first start out, everything is all about, the first things are about people knowing that you are doing anything. So the easiest thing for you to do that involves the least amount of paperwork and the least amount of clearance is just doing a remix to somebody else's song.
Oh, nice.
So when I first came out, the first time that I trended was when I did a remix to Chirac. That was a very popular beat that Nicki Minaj and G Herbo had did. And when they did that beat, I did the beat after them. And then people was like, oh, he got bars. That was important because now any place that they have a cipher or a place where they have a microphone where you get to freestyle like Flex, you send in your best freestyle footage and that's how you get selected. So getting content out there first for free so that people know that you know what you're doing. If you sing, do a cover to somebody's song so they can compare your voice to the actual singer voice. And sometimes the cover is better than the original.
Right.
So really what's important is having that desire because music is the one field, and I've made money in pretty much every field. It's the one field where you make the least amount of money, you make it the slowest, but you have the most creative control over everything that you do as the independent artist.
Right.
When you're an actor and when you're a model, you get paid to wear what they tell you to wear. You get paid to say what they tell you to say. You get paid to act not even yourself, but a different character with a whole different name and a different personality and everything. In music, you control all of that. And that's the beauty of that freedom, but that freedom comes at the cost of it being a longer journey and you making less money.
Right. So with that, being an independent artist, it's a grind. So was there a time where you ever felt like, I'm giving up? I'm tired of this. I need to do something else. Have you ever felt that way?
No, and I think that I've never felt that way because I never knew what I would give up, what I would stop and then go do. Like what would I do next after that was done? Okay, so
so basically you're saying is your plan A is your passion. You never thought about a plan B. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm saying that I always looked at how do I word it? Like, with me being able to have so many partnerships and have so many avenues and have so many this and so many that within the industry, because to me, the acting, the music, the modeling, the brand partnership, everything is all the same industry because they are working together, but it's just different strengths and different connections in each avenue. So if I want to go to Funk Flex, I probably won't go to Funk Flex as an actor or a model. That's going to be when I'm a rapper.
Right.
If I want to work with Denzel Washington, it's probably not going to be as a rapper. That's going to be as an actor. So whenever my spirit and whenever my heart is not feeling one entity or one side of the entertainment business, I just go to the other side. Okay,
see, you pivot then.
Yeah, I just pivot.
Yeah, and I find that a lot of people, even in their, not just their professional life, but their personal life, they stay in something that they're really not passionate about. They stay in something that their heart isn't in. Because if you love it, if you're passionate about it, it does not feel like work. Would you agree with that?
Right.
Yeah, so it gives you the oomph, if you will. It gives you you want to keep getting up and going and going and going. What is it that you do to keep you grounded? Like when you need to get refilled or, fill yourself back up. Is there certain things that you do? Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I started off in the church, so my relationship with God was early. The fear and the love and the admiration that I have for Him has driven me since I was 8 years old.
Oh wow!
So that's when I got baptized, and so when I'm around my family, they're proud of my career, but they don't care. Like they are. I'm just market to them.
Right.
So. And I love that energy because when you get around the industry and you in it for too long, it becomes a fake it till you make it, pretend, everybody pretend to be happy, nobody be real, be this character, be this character, cameras is rolling all the time.
Right.
So I make sure I go see my family at least because I have 2 homes in Atlanta, and I make sure that I go see my family every at least twice a week. And you know, I take up boxing class, and when I go to boxing class, I don't even tell anybody who I am. I just go in there and box with everybody, spar with people, and just, you know, get my my combat, you know, skills up. And
right.
go to the grocery store and don't promote and don't do anything. When it's time for me to be a superstar, I do my superstar stuff. When it's time for me to be regular, I just continue to just be regular, because I know I'm going to get so big to the point where I can't go to the store anymore, and I can't just box freely with people anymore without it being like a show or a spectacle. So I'm just enjoying it while I can.
Right. You know what? I like how you speak in life into your career. You feel me? You just said you going to get so big, and I ain't mad at you, because I do the same thing. When you are attached to your vision, you know your calling, you're confident about it. Have you ever had anybody like say you were too confident, or you had an ego? Has that ever happened with you?
Oh yeah, that happens all the time, because there's a thin line between ego and confidence and cockiness. That's a very, very thin line. So the thing about it is, when a person doesn't believe in themselves, the easiest thing for them to do is to point the finger at you on why they don't, and to try to dim your light so that your light is just as dim as their light.
Right.
And what I've figured out is that the difference between confidence and being conceited, when you're conceited, you're defensive, you're on the attack,
right,
and you're looking to validate yourself through somebody else's demise. But when you're confident, you can literally be helping somebody, and your confidence be radiant through your act of service.
Oh, wow, that was a great answer. Go ahead, I'm sorry I interrupted.
Oh, no, it's okay. So I just tread that line, because I know it's a thin line, and if I ever feel myself having to defend myself or be like, yeah, you know, I've been on TV One, and I've been here, and I've been this, and I just step away.
Right. We're going to take a little break right here, and we'll be back, guys, with more from Vigilante. And this is your girl, Tricia S, right here on Hit USA Radio. So, guys, I'm going to take a little sec to highlight an incredible artist. Her name is Brandi Little, and the name of her single is If This Is Love, and it's streaming on all platforms. Enjoy.
It was something so in particular about the day I felt, the moment that I saw you. Love, passion. Maybe it was just the power that you possessed, but something about you made me wonder if a love like yours is true.
are back here with your girl Tricia S and my special guest Vigilante, and I'm not calling him the Renaissance man because he do everything. He do everything. I noticed on your Instagram, because I'm an Instagram girl, I'm always looking for content and music and all of that. You had something up. You like doing a peace sign. I think you're on Hot 107.9. What was that about?
Oh, that was an interview from a few years ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. That was my first time there. Shout out my boy, Go JT. I was talking about my last single, and that was when I had got my playing card deal, and then I had got some other partnerships as well, and I was up there promoting. It was my first time. No, that was my second time, because I was up there with Aaron Ray. So that was my second time up at 107.9, and I posted that picture to let everybody know, yo, I'm back to the music, so you'll be seeing me back up here at 107.9 to do what I do on every single show.
Oh, nice. I'm very impressed with your productivity, your content, and you post like on a regular basis. So with that, would you say for any independent artist that it's important to post like a lot of content like throughout the day? Like, what's your strategy?
Mine personally is I like to keep the people engaged.
Okay.
Everything is about time. It's about timeline. So out of sight, out of mind. There are songs that I listen to and I'm like, yo, this is hot. And then 3 months from now, I'm like, dang, I haven't heard from this artist at all. And then I forget the song, and then their value goes down. So with me, I'm all about stock, and I'm all about rising my stock. So when I did me doing the song with Dondria and about to do Bow Wow, I'm seeing how my stock is rising. And then I just hit 100,000 followers, and that's all from my consistency on Instagram. So now I have legit booking prices, and I have legit reasons why, with the names that are attached to my name, that those prices stick and the fan base to show for it. So that's why I feel like it's important to stay consistent on social media. And I've just, some people blow up on TikTok, some on Instagram, some on Snapchat.
Right.
With me, I've done well across the board, but I've definitely stuck out on Instagram for sure.
Okay, yeah, because your content is like, that's why I noticed you. I kept scrolling. But as far as being an independent artist, would you ever consider accepting like a deal, becoming part of a record label?
Absolutely.
Okay. So what?
From the start of my journey, I've always wanted to be partnered up with Sony or Def Jam or Universal or Interscope, because I feel like that when you do that, it says something about the reach that you have made as an independent artist. To me, that's the first celebration.
Right.
Before you even sign any paperwork, is to pat yourself on the back like, this is how far I got myself.
Right.
My only issue would just be giving up my masters, because I'm not willing to do that. So, but if I did have to give up my masters, they would only be for a limited amount of time, like a year or two, and then I would go back to owning my masters. I would never long term or forever give up something that I created for a temporary thing, because I'm always betting on myself. I'm always going to bet on myself 100% of the time. And I'm willing to walk away if they're not willing to let me do that.
Right. Because you know what? It says that what God has for you, can't nobody take it away anyway. So you really do have your head screwed on straight to be a entertainer. And I'm not saying it to slight any other entertainers out there, so don't talk about me. But I'm just saying you're young. So I'm about to get into your personal, and you can say no comment if you don't want to comment. So does Vigilante have a sweetheart or someone special in his life?
Yeah, Vigilante is actually in a polyamorous relationship.
Oh, I ain't heard that. So let the people know what polyamorous means. I know, but just share it with everybody.
Well, I'm gonna try my best to. I'm bad with like dictionary terms.
Oh, okay.
But from my understanding, is when you're in a relationship with 2 or more people simultaneously.
Right. So how many you have?
Just 2.
Wow. So like, what even got you into that particular lifestyle?
Well, I think that it kind of goes back to the verse that I spit when I said, they resell us our heritage, taught us monogamous marriages.
Right, right.
And I've always been a ladies' man since I was like in like the 2nd grade.
Wow, the 2nd grade.
Since like the 2nd grade, and I've always been that way. And as the years progressed, I just it's kind of weird because when you're around certain people, they make you feel bad about liking one girl and then also liking another girl.
Right.
But we're in this era now where energy is everything, but it seems that certain people don't understand that you can have just as great energy with one person as you can with another person.
Yeah, that's the truth.
I've never understood the concept of having to, rebuke or combat another person who could be just as good for you as the person that you're with. And that's literally how people used to run their kingdoms back before everything was modernized.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the right words to say about it. Me personally, I don't judge anybody. If you guys are happy, that is great. I just know for myself, I'll say spiritually for me, I couldn't be in a relationship with more than one person, because you don't find a lot of African American people that are in a polyamorous relationship. They actually talked about it on the Red Table with Jada Pinkett and her daughter. So I thought it was interesting that's something you're into, and I think it's becoming more and more popular at this point in time because of certain things and beliefs, and people do say what you say. They don't see why you have to restrict yourself to just being with one person when you are attracted to different people throughout your life, and they could be at the same time. So I get it. I just know for me it wouldn't work.
No, I got you.
Yeah.
The variety. And on the other side, what I've noticed from a lot of women is that a lot of women have always had interest in other women, and they interact totally different than how me and my homies interact with each other. And there would always be the question of whether or not there was an actual attraction there, but girls bond differently than guys do.
Right, that's true.
And what I've learned is that for some of those people, for maybe 50% of them, there actually is that attraction there, but it's looked down upon in religion. It's in the religion that we grew up in, and it's looked down upon through family members and just generations that have passed down, that you have to only be with the gender. And in our generation, we just kind of undid to redo and allowed ourselves to actually become our full authentic self, rather than live in a miserable ride that most people end up dying in.
Wow, the way you put it. But I will say this, I don't think everybody that's in a monogamous relationship are necessarily miserable. I can't say that, but then there are some. I will agree with you. There are some. They know this is something that they want to do, and they're concerned about what other people may think. So they kind of, So I just say don't get married. If you know you're that type, you shouldn't get married in the first place. But anyhow, go ahead. I'm sorry. You were going to say something else?
No, it's okay. Yeah. I was going to say that you actually could still get married. You could actually get married to both people. You can get married to one person, and then the other person just remain, the girlfriend. It's a bunch of ways that you can do it. It's just all about honesty. It kind of goes back to what we said earlier about the self-esteem that people have for themselves. Some people feel like, that if they vocalize it, then they enter a point of no return.
Right,
so,
right.
Then then it just kind of ruins their situation, so they just kind of settle in.
Right,
but,
right.
I encourage everybody to do what makes them happy. If you want to be monogamous, be monogamous. If you want to be polyamorous, if you want to have sister wives, if you want to have 11 wives, whatever. You want to stay single for the rest of your life. There's nothing wrong with staying single for the rest of your life. After having 2 girls at the same time, I can definitely see why somebody would want to stay single for the rest of their life. But I can also see how somebody would want to have 2 beautiful women as well. So,
Right. Look, I asked you about your personal life. Who knew we was going to go down this rabbit hole? But anyhow, we're about to end this interview right here. I've enjoyed talking to you. You were a whole vibe, a whole mood, and I wish you nothing but continued success, because I know I'm going to see you on the big screen. I'm going to see you at these award shows. Don't forget about me, all right? Don't forget about Hear USA Radio, because I come looking for you.
Right, I never could. We locked in forever.
We locked in.
When you hear this new single, we are definitely going to be locked in.
All right, because we going to spin it. But on that note, tell everybody, and I always ask the people that I interview this, if you had 1 second to live, Vigilante, and God said, share something that you want the human race to know about you right now before you leave this earth, what would that one thing be and why?
What would one thing be that I wanted everybody in the entire world to know?
Yeah, and you about to be gone in 5 seconds.
And I'm about to be gone in 5 seconds. Dang, that's a crazy question. I guess what I would want everybody to know is
oh, I got you stumped.
I would want everybody. My last piece of advice to everybody would be stay inquisitive.
Oh, that's good. Because that means you don't stop learning. So that was good. Thank you so much, Vigilante. I enjoy speaking with you, and we are locked and loaded. And you guys, thank you for listening. Make sure you engage with this podcast when you hear it, with this interview. He's a great guy. He's a great artist. Make sure you follow him and give him your Instagram name again, Vigilante. Spell it out.
Got you. At Vigilante, LOMVIGILANTELOM. The new single with Dondria, Fly Away, is on its way. I just signed a new deal with Sinead's Turn Up Juice, so definitely go make sure that you hit her up on Instagram at Sinead's Turn Up Juice. And I just signed another clothing deal with Grind Under Major Pressure, so make sure that you follow them and go copy some merch.
Copy some merch, y'all, and then I'm out. Thank you guys for joining me here. I will be back next Friday. I will be interviewing Miss Brandi Little. I didn't have enough time with her, so I feel like we all need to get to know her a little bit better. Until next time, you guys be blessed. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to other people. Let's be better for each other.